Saneter, the red pill and the blue pill, Brother Polite, Shaka Moose. All these names that you know, all these names that you know by name, popular YouTubers, and not a one that you can call out that has ever been responsible for something major as far as change and progress that has to do with our society. We're not talking about progress for their own status. We're talking about the statuses of you and me and everybody else that look like you and me. Where is the change? Where is the progress? Where is the change? Where is the progress, Saneter? You want people to look at you as instrumental in this black power conscious movement, but where has it moved to? Things have gotten worse, brother. Don't you agree? You said so yourself, things have gotten worse. But you know what? You have contributed to things getting worse because people have faith in you that you are doing the job that don't even exist. You're not doing any. You created this job just to get paid. And you sit on your ass. The only thing that you do is record people talking about every bad thing that happens to black people. That's exactly what red pill and blue pill talk about. And then the nonsense, listen, here's what they do. They study the dictionary the night before, and they make sure that they introduce to you 4 or 5 new words that you don't even know the fucking meanings to. Now, we're talking about people, listen, man, over half our population is uneducated. They can't follow them niggas, man. They don't know what them niggas talking about, and that's how they want it. So that they sound smart, they sound like they know what they're doing, so you won't mind giving them your money simply because they looked in the dictionary the night before and come up with 4 or 5 brand new fucking words and the meanings of the words that you don't even know. This is ridiculous, man. Red pill and the blue pill, Shaka Moose, Saneter, talking about the same things in the recent videos that they were talking about in videos 10 years ago. And the proof is all on YouTube. Do a little bit of homework. Go back 10 years. As a matter of fact, go back as far as you can concerning any of these popular YouTubers. And then fast forward to the future, the present. And I guarantee you, it's the same rhetoric. It's the same information. Just a different day, just a different month, just a different year. Maybe a whole different event that happened to different people, but it's the same scenarios. Something bad happens that make the mainstream media, and they make sure that they record a video about it because they know that you want to know more about what happened because you're nosy. You're nosy. You want to know if anybody else has more information than what you have already collected on that said event that went down. Somebody got murdered. Some celebrity, some fucking hip hop rapper or something like that. You go to 20 different videos and I guarantee you, same information. There's no more information that you're going to gain on anybody else's channel than what you have already collected. But yet, you still disappoint yourself. You still disappoint yourself. They have stuck with the same routine because it works. It produces money. It's just like going to work. When you go to work, when your hours are done and you clock out and you are finished for the day, you don't want to talk about work when you get home. At home is your time. What you want to do then, you want to focus on other things besides work because you know tomorrow you got to do it all over again for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, maybe even 12 hours. So you don't want to think about work. You don't want to think about anything related to work. And they are the same thing. See, you think that they live a conscious life. They put on the uniform when they get ready to record. I've seen red pill and blue pill wear all this costume jewelry and they dress up because that's a part of the fucking job. Because you know why? Because it works. it works. You love that shit. And you pay them well to dress up. Just like an actor would put on, a police's uniform because they become a cop, or they put on a doctor's uniform because they become a doctor. But after the movie is over, after all the recording is done, they take off the uniform. They're not really doctors. They're not really lawyers. They're not really policemen. You get what I'm saying now? And red pill and blue pill, they're not really conscious. Saneter, he's not really conscious. You understand what I'm saying? Because of their private life doesn't match up to what they claim that it does. And I can prove it. I can always prove it. All you have to do is invest a little time in checking them out when they are not recording themselves. And even when they are recording, listen very carefully to the contradictions that show up in every single video. 10 years ago, they claimed that they were doing this or they were doing that. And then the present day, they forgot all about that because it was a lie from the start. Now they have forgotten about that lie. And if you make it known that that contradiction is present, they will block you. First of all, they'll curse you out. They'll call your agent, and then they'll block you. But one thing they won't call you is wrong. They won't even discuss what you bring out. You know why? Because you're right. And they get rid of you because now you are a threat to the money that they have been receiving. See, they consider me as a threat to the money that they are receiving because multiple people, after listening to me and others, not just me, but others too, after they listen to us, they make the decision, you know what? No more money. I have seen the light now. I understand exactly what's going on. This is a hustle like anything else. It's a very well thought out hustle, I might add, okay? Because they were able to convince thousands of people to give them large amounts of cash continuously. So this was well thought out. I mean, everybody isn't just, an idiot, a complete dummy. You understand what I'm saying? They fell for the rhetoric. They fell for the hype. They really thought that Saneter and the red pill and the blue pill and Shaka Moose and everybody else, they think that these people really care about them. But if they did, where are the changes, huh? See, no one wants to talk about that. Red pill, blue pill. I know you listen to my videos. This is a question directed to you. How come no change, huh? Now, don't go into some fucking torn about some kind of fucking history and all. Let's be very basic so that everybody can understand your answer to the question that I'm asking. Again, you have to understand over half our population, they're uneducated. They can't follow you. But you know why you decide to not dumb it down? You don't want them to understand it. The whole goal of not letting them be able to understand and follow you is to have them think that you are better than they are. It's to have them thinking that, you know what, this person must be on the up and up because I hear all the lingo and they're talking about this and they're talking about that and they're studying the dictionary every night so the next day they can record and introduce all these fantastic, gigantic words that I don't understand. I don't know the meaning of. And it makes them feel comfortable enough to come out of their pockets. This is why a lot of times I hear the red pill and the blue pill as well make references to Tariq Nasheed. They look up to him. You know why? Because that brother is gaining more money than any of them. He came up with the idea, you know what? Let me get all my money all at one time. While the rest of these brothers, they're going to struggle and they have to wait two to 3 years to collect $100,000. I'll get my $100,000 within a few weeks. I'll just beg them for money, concerning helping me create some bullshit documentary. I mean, 5 different parts to Hidden Colors. Come on, man. And you still haven't picked up on the fucking con? 5 different parts? You gotta be kidding me, man. Someone made a joke. This was about 3 years ago. And it was meant to be a joke. It wasn't meant to be taken literally. They said, you know what? This dude might create Hidden Colors 5. That's when he created Hidden Colors, I think it was part 3. Because part 4 hadn't even been so-called created yet. But here we are. He is thinking about creating Hidden Colors 5 already. You know why? Because I told you why. Because he needs that $100,000. And I told you before the year was up, he would be introducing yet another documentary because he needs that 100 grand to operate his lifestyle. There's no way he could go another year without gaining another $100,000. Now, he just created this bullshit documentary that was linked to Haiti. And that flopped. And here he is, back again, the very next year. Hey, you know what? Hidden Colors 5, y'all. This time I need $200,000. Can you dig it? You dig? Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. You need that money. There's no way that you can survive without it. But you know what? I don't think the people will be able to give it to you this time. I think to save face, you will lie and say that you collected it. But I don't think that will be the case. I don't think that will be the case. The people simply just don't have the money anymore. It doesn't matter how many times you beg them and, oh, listen, please double up on your fucking donation. And, you know, we try and do some big things. So creating these documentaries, this is opening up people's lives, right? It's helping them to progress. So how come nobody's life that listens to Tariq Nasheed, including his diehards, how come those lives aren't as better as his own? That doesn't make any sense to me. Now, we're getting into the scamming preachers now. They tell you, listen, you need to give more than your 10%. And if you do, the rewards will be great. Some people have given more than 10% for more than 10 years, and their life hasn't even changed a little bit. Not even a minute change. So I don't understand why it would take them 10 years in the first place. It shouldn't have taken that long. 10 years is a long time. After maybe about a year, maybe even a couple of months, hey, wait a minute. This is a scam. These preachers just trying to get my money. I see how their life is changing. I see that, you know, this preacher just bought a brand new Bentley and he already has a fleet of cars. But in the same state that he lives in, that he owns all these material things, there are people that's starving. How can you sleep at night knowing that you have a fleet of cars, but you have so many people that's suffering? How can you enjoy all these material things when you preaching to the people that, listen, your life can essentially be like mine, but the road to get to my life is you paying more than 10% of your tithes. Now, if you don't, then your life will remain the same or either even get worse. So they scare them into giving more than 10%. But the money is going directly to them, not to God. Not to God. And a small portion goes toward the church, I guess, to keep the lights on. And, they can't very well operate a church without lights. So they will pay the light bill and the water bill and so forth. But the majority of that money goes toward the preachers. Why should preachers have a salary of millions of dollars. I mean, have you ever thought about this? Why do you need millions of dollars? Huh? Isn't that a little bit of excessiveness? I mean, millions? How can any preacher justify that, you know what, I need millions in order to continue bringing people the word? It makes no sense. But somehow they conned you into believing that, hey, it's okay. Don't listen to people like keyboard musician. I need my $1,000,000. And if you don't give it to me, I'm going to quit. I'll go to another church. It's a business. It's a business opportunity. That's exactly what it is. But I want you to understand something now. God has nothing to do with these punk ass, scamming ass preachers. Don't blame God for any of it because he ain't got nothing to do with it. You understand? And that's the mistake that people make. They associate God with all these scamming preachers. See, they give him a bad name, but he doesn't deserve a bad name because he didn't do what they did. They did that on their own. Nobody told them to do that. Everybody has free will. And it's up to them. It's up to them if they want to do bad or good. They chose to do bad in Jesus' name. And they will pay for it accordingly. I can guarantee you. It's some that's already paying the price right now. See, a lot of times you don't see what's going on. Because if it's not in the mainstream media, then you don't know that these things is going on. But I'm telling you, let's take a look at Bishop Long. I believe that was a severe punishment in the form of cancer. He knew that he was wrong, but yet he tried his best to get people to not find any fault in him. But one person that he couldn't get by, and that was God. God hands out the punishments. And when he hands out the punishments, ain't shit you can do about it. You gonna have to go through it. You understand what I'm saying? He's the chief. Some of you still don't believe. Hey, that's fine. It's your own life. Nobody will ever force you to do anything. We won't force you to believe. That's on you. But I'll tell you something now. You better believe in something. Because the way the world is going, I'm telling you, it's coming to an end. It's too much that's happening. And it's out of control. There will be no peace. You are a fool if you believe that the world will be peaceful. Because when it gets to that point, that will be deceit. Because there will be no peace until God comes back. He has to bring peace. He has to destroy the world. You understand what I'm saying? He has to destroy the world and pretty much create a new heaven and a new earth just to restore balance. There is no other way. There is no other way. Man cannot restore the balance. We have tried. Look at all these years that have went by, and your so-called heroes have yet to do even one thing that will change something for the better. Not even one thing. All of them together can't even come up with one thing in the form of progress because they're not trying to gain any progress. They're trying to gain money. They always have been trying to gain money, even from day one. So I'm trying my best to get you to finally wake up and understand, you know what? Yeah, they hustling. That's what they doing. They hustling. They hustling. Isn't it ironic that you never see any of them going to work? Isn't it ironic that you never see any of them going to work? Saneter don't have a job. Red Pill and Blue Pill, they don't have a job. Shaka Moose and, Hassan Campbell and, all these names. Tommy Sotomayor, Tariq Nasheed, no 9 to 5. But you have a 9 to 5. What's different about you that separates you from them? Are they better than you so they don't have to work? See, what separates them is that you are stupid enough to give your money to them so they don't have to work. You understand? They figured this out. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to work. I'll let them work, and then I'll take their money. When they get paid, I get paid. I'll con them into believing that, hey, we on this black power conscious movement, and, we trying to do this and we trying to do that, but no change, no progress. I mean, I don't see anything that has ever changed since these clowns have been on YouTube. Don't you agree? Or the ones that don't agree, I mean, well, I know why, because somehow you have allowed these people to hypnotize you into believing that they are good people. So they deserve your hard-earned money. They really deserve it, huh? Wow, okay. So what have they did to deserve it? Create a YouTube video? So that's all you have to do is just create a YouTube video, and that warrants everybody giving a portion of their money to that person that took their time to create a bullshit YouTube video on a free platform. It costs them nothing but Wi-Fi access that they probably steal or borrow. They don't even pay for that. So their profit is 100%. And then they record a video in front of the Apollo, a popular place, and they sell DVDs and CDs, and they have debates, and this is changing the world. You are a fool if you believe that any of that bullshit will ever change anything. The only change that takes place is the change in their pockets, because your money transfers from your bank account to their bank account. You work for your money on a 9 to 5, and ironically, you give a portion of your money to these lazy bums that probably has never worked a day in their life. They have always been users. You would be surprised to know that the red pill and the blue pill, how they used women, and women took care of them. They have never had a job. I can't wait until if they live that long, to get old enough to retire. They don't have anything invested to retire with. They have never worked. They don't even know what a fucking W-2 is. They have never filed taxes. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know what that bullshit is, man, because they have never worked a job. Tariq Nasheed has never worked a fucking job in his entire life. He has always scammed and schemed and used and abused. It's his whole life. And so many of them, when they found this opportunity on YouTube, they said, uh-oh, this is a whole new ball game. We can reach millions of people all at one time. So let me involve myself in this little Black history scam. That's what it is. It's a Black history scam. They use their own people, and you support that? I can't believe you. You are just as guilty as they are. So when they suffer, you're going to suffer too. You're going to suffer too. I'm sorry. Unless you make the change. And you better make that change right now. You better run as far away from them as you can possibly get. Because I'm telling you, the storm is on the way. For so many of these con artists that have conned their way to the top. Or in other words, as far as they will ever get. I mean, if you consider that the top, then, because they will never get any further than that. Look at Tariq Nasheed, how long he's been doing this bullshit. That's why he is trying to do other things. Sources of income. Oh, let me get involved in this and let me get involved in that. I'll sell my CD and then see all of them, they'll buy that. And then I'll work on Hidden Colors 5 and then they'll buy that. And then maybe if I'm not too much of a coward, I'll start back lecturing. And then I'll make money off that too. When it's all said and done, you're going to think back to every video that I created. You're going to say, you know what? Keyboard musician told us so. It's here. I've given the people so much information that has came to fruition. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. Because I've seen it before. It's not hard to predict anything that is the same thing over and over and over again. They talk about the same thing that they always have been talking about. Going back 15 years, man. Different events, different time, different year, concerning different people. That's it. But it's the same rhetoric. The same rhetoric. How is a YouTube video going to change anything? How is the mink slide going to change anything? How is selling fucking music videos and a fucking CD going to change anything concerning white supremacy and racism, man? I don't see it. So we should all go out and buy this Mink Slide album, right? Because that will fight white supremacy. It's the most idiotic thing that I have ever heard of in my entire life. And that bullshit commercial or ad that's trying to advertise this bullshit Mink Slide shit is the most pathetic shit that I've ever witnessed in my entire life. I mean, come on, man. You can't even be original and come up with your own ideas. This is how I know you have always been a con artist. You borrow everybody else's ideas, their thoughts. You stole documentary writing from other people because you knew that you could capitalize off of it. It wasn't your fucking idea. Hidden Colors was never his idea. He stole it. He stole it. Do some homework and look it up on the internet. There's so many people, man, there's so many people concerning Tariq Nasheed that he has ripped off and he has stolen ideas from and that he owes right now. I'm surprised that this nigga can even walk out his house. I'm shocked. So many enemies out there, man. He has more enemies than the president of the United States, I swear. I'm telling you, man. All of them have a story on the internet somewhere. Mad as hell, mad, pissed off. And it always ends. Every story ends with, if I ever see that nigga, it's on automatically. You ain't gonna be no fucking talking. And so this is why he's careful. Don't let him confuse you into believing that, oh, I go anywhere. I ain't scared. I ain't no coward. This nigga, he has to plan where he goes. You understand what I'm saying? There's been a lot of times he went somewhere and he didn't plan, and he turned around because he was so fucking paranoid that he had to he hightailed it out of there. But he will never admit it. He will never admit that shit. 20 years, $15 million later, and all they have to show for it is a couple of million YouTube videos, and that's it. No change whatsoever. Notice how they never report anything good. Now, if you want to say that they actually really do report what they call good, that concerns them doing speeches and debates, and they label this as progress. Oh, we having a debate July the 30th at the so-and-so Coliseum. And see, that's progress. That's progress. You did the same thing 10 years ago at the exact same fucking civic center or Coliseum or auditorium or elementary school. Different date, same fucking building, same rhetoric, same fucking material, and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. $50 a fucking ticket. Lord have mercy, man. I'm telling you. I mean, it's just every time I think to myself, how are these people still getting food, man? How are they still getting food into believing that we need these jokers, man? We don't need them. I think you could really do a whole lot better without them. At least you could keep your money in your fucking pockets, man. You taking care of these niggas. And now, in case you hadn't noticed, it's so many people that's been watching this for so long. They have given up trying to warn people about them. Now they have joined them. Now, when I say joined them, they are doing the same thing. Because they figured, you know what? If they can get money, I can get money too. So let me create a fucking YouTube channel and let me do whatever I can to bring people to the channel so I can make money off AdSense, number one. And I can beg for donations, number two. And then I can sell something. And they gradually toward All those steps, all those different sources of income. Notice every channel that you go to now. In the description box is 5 different links. Give me some money on my PayPal. Give me some money on my Patreon. Give me some money on this and give me some money on that. And I got magazines for sale and I got this for sale and I got weed for sale and I got figurines for sale. I got t-shirts for sale and I got, how is that helping? And they claim to be conscious, huh? A t-shirt, a figurine, weed. How is that helping? Meanwhile, the powers that be are never worried, and they never will be. We are no threat to them whatsoever, and we never will be. I'm about to say something that you won't believe that I'm saying, but it's the truth. And I got to give you the truth. We will never have unity. At one time, I thought that we could still have a shot at it. Nah. I've seen the light. No unity. Because you know why? Because it all goes back to this. The world will be destroyed. In order for the world to be destroyed, something has to get much more worse than it is now. And if it's going to get worse, surely there won't be any unity. So I have accepted it. I have. Now it's time for you to accept it now and realize you can only unify with like-minded people, which will always be a small amount of people, and go from there and try to survive the heartaches and the pains that's on the way. That's it. That's all we can do. Anything else, I'm telling you, man, you're wasting your time. Valuable time that you could use linking up with like-minded people to get prepared for some of these future events. That's what we need to be doing now. We're wasting time with these YouTube videos, man. We really are. We're wasting a tremendous amount of time. Nothing. Listen, not even one of your so-called heroes. I don't see them talking about getting prepared. I don't hear them telling you how to get prepared. To gather food and to gather materials and resources to get prepared. Listen, this is about to go down. And it's destiny. There's no way around it. There's no president that can stop it. There's no this, that. Listen, it's destiny. As soon as you accept that, you'll stop wasting your time and you will get prepared for what's on the way.